Warm greetings from the high 10. It is Everyday Shenanigans, and thanks for joining me this evening. I want to bring you commentary pertaining to a post that I put on my community board this evening, and it is pertaining to a video by True Crime Rocket Science, and the title of his video is Summer Couldn't Swim, confirmed by Don, plus why the last photo now makes sense. So please check out the content by True Crime Rocket Science, because this is what my commentary is pertaining to, his commentary, and basically questions that everyone have had, still asking, pertaining to the child, the swimming hole, what role has the swimming hole, lake, whatever you want to call it, plays in this saga pertaining to this missing child. And I'm going to read you what I put on my community post pertaining to the said post. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. Okay. This is what I posted 2 hours ago pertaining to the video. I posed a question to someone earlier today. Is it possible Summer waded farther out into the water and went under? Next, can the whales even swim? Why take your children to a nasty lake and they cannot swim, nor you either? Was she alive after leaving water? Is Candy, Boy H, and Granny lying about child being alive after the swim? And did Candy cover up Summer's death by dressing her in longer outerwear? Could her attire be her disposal wear to elude law enforcement of Candy and Don being suspects, if indeed the child is discovered? Many of you are probably wondering, where am I going with that? You'll see. Why dress her in alleged new school clothes a month or more before classes start? This version sounds idiotic, just like the many webs the whales continue to spin. Let me know what you think, and please feel free to drop your comments down on this said post that I uploaded roughly 2 hours ago. Why take a child to a swimming hole, lake, and she can't swim? Same thing with being in a pool. If you're not going to watch the child, let's just say that for the record, because we do believe possibly Candy and Boy H were not watching the child. It defeats the purpose. And this lake is nasty. You can see the water. It has different phases of coloration. And as Mr. Chris McDonough said in his commentary, that it changes because it drops off at some point, which we already know that's what's going to happen in a lake, river, ocean. There's going to be a drop-off. So is it perhaps that on that fateful day of June 15th, that Summer went farther out into the water? Because they never say how far out she was, to my recollection. And as I state, as of late, I'm really not paying attention to much of anything that they're saying, because my head hurts and I'm trying to keep my brain intact from all the lies and the different versions and the add-ons, because this is the one story that has more add-ons than a soap opera. So indeed, did Summer Wells wade farther out into the water to where perhaps she didn't come to? Could this be a cover-up by Boy H and Candus? Because then we'd have to ask ourselves, well, why would he divulge information about that day that she refused and say he got mixed up, got the places and all that mixed up, but basically telling the truth about what they did, but got a few of the places out of order? Would he also be the same person giving us this information via social media, but then be the one also complicit in the crime pertaining to Summer Wells, such as harming her and or covering up a possible death? Because you see, we really don't know what happened June 15th. We don't know if the child was actually alive or not. So that's been one of the questions in my post. Did she wade out farther into the water? Was she at a commission when he brought her out of the water? Did he lie about that? Was she actually awake, alert? And many of you have been talking about a dry drowning, death, whatever, or dry drowning. I don't know what that is. I didn't even go look it up because my mind was saying, don't worry about it. Was she alive when she came up out of the water, the 1 minute, 2 minute, however long? And this is why I said it's pertinent now that perhaps she was farther out in the water. Could it have been that Summer Wells was not that close to the bank? where it's dry? Could she have been out farther? Could she have actually passed away? Who's to say? Because we don't know anything. We've got all these different versions of her smiling, laughing, coming out of the water, getting into the vehicle, fine, dandy, his mom seeing her back there asleep, where the milk was, this, that, the other. Hopscotch is what's been going on pertaining to the swimming hole. Her getting inside of the vehicle, what she was dressed in. That's another thing. Why long sleeve clothes? You mean to tell me that's what you packed for her to wear that morning? 80 degrees to be the high that day. You would pack a long sleeve jacket and pants for a summer day. Why would you pack that? Allegedly now it's first day of school clothes or new school clothes. This doesn't sound idiotic, preposterous to you? You went and bought new clothes or an outfit for, one outfit for back to school? Listen to what's being said to you. Why would a mother buy one outfit, if we're to believe it's one outfit, a month or two ahead of time? Why would you then have her wear that same outfit because she's got somewhere else to go that day? Well, we already know she didn't make it to that appointment, outing that day because she went missing. Well, hell, I just thought about something. Since some of you are with this she got sold theory, perhaps that new outfit was to send her on her way. Interesting. Could it be that? That the outfit was a going away present for the child? I'm going to dress her in something nice to hand her off to the next person. That just crossed my mind. Or is it more sinister than just giving your child up and or legal adoption and or selling her for whatever reasons? You did something to her. You wanted those clothes on her to deceive law enforcement for whatever reason, or whatever you had planned on doing to her that day. So you put her in that long sleeve jacket and pants, possibly to cover up something. I don't know exactly, but I'm just thinking there's something to the outfits. There's something to that outfit. Because when you consider how warm it is in the United States during the summer months, in most states, cities, towns, why would she be putting that coming out of the swimming hole? And if indeed she's a child that's fragile, she gets cold easily, I would see more or less just putting a jacket on her, but not long pants. It's the outfit a cover-up of what was to be that day. The getting rid of the child, disposing of the child. Do you understand what I'm saying? But then one could argue, what difference does it make what they would put in her if they were going to get rid of her, murder her, dump her? Does it matter if she's in a bathing suit, clothes, long sleeve, short sleeve? I get that. See, this is where everything gets murky. When it doesn't make any logical sense, you start to wonder what actually went on between these people, the parents, June 15th. And as I state, why take your child to this murky place that's gross? You can see dirt at the beginning of the water. Would you really want to swim there and with your child? You want your child swimming in dirt? So then we have to think about, allegedly, the grandmother not wanting wet stains in her car. So why would you take her to a swimming hole that has dirt in the water? That makes no sense. Have you always been using the mother's car when you went swimming? Why would you be using the mother's car? Because see, think about what's being said. She doesn't like the wet stains or blah, blah, blah in her car. Okay, so that alludes to the fact that you are transporting your children from the pool, a pool, water hole, whatever, wetland, someplace wet, in your mother's vehicle. Ooh, that's something new that just came to me. So then that goes to the next question. Why are you driving your mother's vehicle? Don't you have a red Subaru SUV truck? It is alleged that that's your truck. So whose truck is it? But they're married, so it doesn't really matter. It's the family's SUV. Stay woke. Stay woke. Listen to what has been said to you. Listen at the contradictory information. These people are making up stuff according to what they are reading from social media and your numerous and redundant questions. This is why you keep getting something new added to the story by Candus Wells and Donald Wells. Swimming hole, dirty, murky. You can't swim, she can't swim. Why take her there? Why take her there? Long outfit. You put on her afterwards. Why? 80 degrees. Why? Was she alive or dead when she got in the vehicle? Is H covering up for her, knowing that, hey, he saw a dead kid? Didn't say anything. Holding the secret. Why? But yet he goes and talks to this Chris guy. What is the truth pertaining to June 15th? The watering hole, her getting in the car, alive or dead? Was she alive? Was she alive? Was she alive? Are the clothes, the guys, the cover-up of what actually took place at that swimming hole? Or the ruse to dispose of her after the swimming hole? I believe the clothes play possibly some type of role. Just a guesstimate. Because it doesn't make logical sense to put her in that. A jacket perhaps, but not the pants. So basically what you're saying, you had plans on taking her to that function after the swimming hole. So what time was the function? Stay woke. So now that child just happens to go missing on the day she's supposed to go to a function. Are you listening? Can you hear me? Can you hear the lies? Because they're whistling Dixie right now. Nothing makes any sense, according to June 15th and the versions of the Wells. Nothing makes any sense. Are they all complicit in what happened to her? Because as I state, we don't have proof she made it home. We're going by videos, TikTok videos, pictures that are put up, taken down. And as I've told you all, a picture and a video doesn't mean anything. You can post something, but it does not mean it took place that day. I could film something now and post it 2 hours from now, and you're assuming that just happened. Just like a picture. I could post a picture to social media, but it does not mean I just took that picture 1 minute ago, 2 minutes ago. I could have taken that picture 3 hours ago, yesterday, 2 days ago. Just remember, ooh, I didn't post that picture. See where I'm going? Because you don't know anything. Because you don't know Candus and Donald Wells. You're listening to a bunch of lying ass people. And it's time for them to stop and give up the goods on where this child can be found. It is time for the lies to stop, because it is horrendous at this point. And us, we people, going on and on, trying to figure out what happened, who said what, wet clothes, no wet clothes, milk here, milk there, who said it, who moved it, soda pop, Skittles. Are you hearing yourselves? It doesn't matter about a damn soda pop bottle. Skittles. That too. That was asked. If she's so meticulous, the grandmother, about wet stains in her car, why would she be leaving things in the back seat of her car if she's the only one driving in the front of the car? Stay woke. Why would you be putting your pop bottle in the back if you are the driver of the vehicle? You own the vehicle. So now you basically tell us that what? Candus has been driving your car. So that means Don Wells has been driving the Subaru. Does he not own another automobile truck? I thought I heard that he had a white truck. So what's up with the other truck or trucks or cars? Stay woke. We don't know what happened June 15th at the watering hole. We don't really know all the places they went to. We don't know all that went on between those people. We have no earthly idea. We don't know if that child came out of the water alive, if she was put inside of a vehicle deceased, if Allie walked over to the car, didn't walk over to the car. They're disputing that. Don't you see what's going on? Nobody can tell the truth about June 15th. Everybody's disputing what another person said. Why is that? So now everybody has selective memory of June 15th. And as I state, stay woke about the vehicle. Has Candus been driving the mother's truck and not the Subaru? Because if we are to believe that the grandmother is meticulous about what goes on inside her vehicle, which she can be, then why would her orange soda bottle be in the back seat and she's sitting in the front seat? So you mean to tell me she took a bottle and threw it in the back with other people in the back? Although she's riding in the front, wouldn't it be in the cup holder in the front? Stay woke. If she's so meticulous about her car, stay woke, stay woke. So that's when someone on the channel, another channel, said perhaps somebody else was in the back seat. If Boy H is denying he drank the orange soda. See, every day is something new to dissect pertaining to June 15th. And then somebody just said something in Mr. Q's, John Q's chat. Oh yes, I'm always listening. Grandma, you drove your truck to Wisconsin, allegedly. So why didn't you drive yourself to the hospital? June 15th. To the pharmacy, June 15th. Have you not been driving your automobile, grandmother? Oh my, what big eyes you have, Grandma. That was a damn good question. Why didn't the grandmother drive her vehicle on June 15th? Was it just she needed support? Was she in so much pain, accident, that they had to take her to the hospital, So which is it? Is it a hospital? Is it a clinic? How long did she stay? Overnight stay? See, those are going to be the things that make the story make sense. You ought to think about that, did you? Why would I need someone to drive me 35 minutes to 40 minutes to a doctor's appointment or clinic or emergency room when I can drive myself? Well, now I drove myself out of the state of Tennessee conveniently while my grandchild is missing. And as I state, has Candace Bly been driving her mother's vehicle around and about? Which, there's nothing wrong with that. But all that is key now because a child is missing. Everything is pertinent. Child alive or dead in the water. What happened after the swimming hole? What happened after dropping off Boy H? Those long sleeve clothing, jacket, pants, why? New or old? New or old? Or just threw something out there because I was caught off guard about the question. What is the truth? You see, all this is now pertinent. Things that would be mundane to somebody else is now pertinent pertaining to the disappearance of Summer Wells. Was this all a ruse to get rid of her on that said day? And then another thing that you didn't think about. Why would I buy new clothes, new outfit for a child that I'm getting ready to dispose of that day? Or was it actually an accident that day? And she just so happened to have on that outfit after the swimming hole. And she went home. And while everybody was doing their thing up on the mount, somebody came in and stole the baby. Stay woke. See, you have to listen to everything that's been told to you. Why would a mother buy new clothes for a child that she planned on getting rid of? Could it be, as I said, a setup, a ruse to whatever the hell was going on? Because now it doesn't even make sense to me repeating it. Or could it be that we were going to hand her off to somebody, so we had to put her in something nice, something different that day? Could this be she's handed off to somebody else? And that is the reason why she had that outfit on. Or this was a ruse. Because then we'd have to think that something bad happened to her after the swimming hole. If indeed the pictures is accurate of June 15th. That Candace Bly put those clothes on her because something sinister happened after she came out of the water. Then that means Boy H and the grandmother are complicit of whatever happened when she came out of the water. What is the truth? There's something going on about those clothes. And perhaps it could be nothing. It could be the child was actually alive in the back seat. She was asleep. Boy H got dropped off. She was alive in that back seat of that car. They dropped him off at his home in Kingsport. Grandmother, Candace, and the baby made it back to the mount. Everybody went in the home. And somebody came in and took the baby from the bottom level, the basement, where there's no going in or out, locked in. See, you messed up there. Locked in, no way in, no way out. So how did the perpetrator get in the same place that you said the boys couldn't get out of? They were locked in. So if they were locked in, stay woke. How did the phantom get in to kidnap, abduct Summer Wells? No matter how you weave this story, they are complicit to the disappearance of Summer Wells. Either it was an accident at the swimming hole, a deliberate plan to get rid of her that day, hurt her, harm her, sell her, whichsoever, but it happened after the swimming incident. And as I state, why take a child there? And you hear nothing of drying towels. You hear nothing of fishing poles that was mentioned. Fishing originally. You hear none of that. And perhaps, yes, all these people were geeked up, doped up, drunk, high, buzzed. Something happened to her in the water. So you hurried up and put her in those winter clothes, panicking, didn't know what to do. But see, that's the thing. If she came out that water dead, that means Boy H and Granny, if Granny was actually there, you are complicit. Because how are you going to explain a limp baby? How are you going to explain watching Candus Bly put on winter or long sleeve clothing on a limp child? Who comes out of the water limp, not moving, not talking, not laughing? Did she wander farther out into the water and something happened to her? She went under, stopped breathing. And they took this child and dressed her and put her in the back seat as if she was alive. Is it possible that all three are complicit? Boy H, Candy, and the grandmother. What is the truth? Or are we talking about an alive child that made it to the back seat and everybody's making a big deal about a picture and a jacket and long sleeves? But what I find interesting is that Candy had a reasoning for the jacket and the pants. And that to me is suspect. That to me is suspect. Cough up the goods. Candus Bly, Donald Wells. Tell law enforcement where they can find your child and end this charade. Because this game has gone on long enough. 8 weeks in, you have toyed and played with social media, Facebook, YouTube, moaning, crying, weeping. 6 weeks into your child being missing, but conveniently, the cries come later and not before. And at the time, the child is reported missing. You never cried in the beginning. But you see, I think you're only crying for yourself because you know the doors are narrowing in. Your foot is in the trap. Can't get it out. And as the sheriff has said this week, everyone is person of interest. Suspects, however you want to word it. Indeed. If you want to donate to the channel, $Big Angie, 129 Cash App. Thank you all for watching the content, following the content, subscribing. Thank you, new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the content. God bless all of you. Stay safe. Have a joyful weekend. Be safe. If you see something, say something. If you see something, say something. This is a ruse. All of it is. I can't say if this was a planned out event to get rid of Summer Wells on that day, but too many things don't add up. And Candus Bly and Mr. Wells talking to these different entities thereafter, they have tripped themselves up so many times, over explaining. And as they say in the street, the truth needs no explanation. Prayers for Summer Wells. Prayers for Cal City boys. Prayers for Deshina Kyle, missing out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Prayers for Chadwick Carr, missing out of Clinton, Tennessee, from the foundation. Mindy Lowe is the proprietor. Make her stand account for the disappearance of Chadwick Carr. Prayers for all missing children and adults. And prayers for the families left behind to grieve. Thank you all for joining me. This is Everyday Shenanigans.